Some odd little things. I didn't realize that you had to select if you've got two 1080s, you have to select the correct 1080 for the on-screen display. So it has to select the second one. So let's see where we're at. Now, I have changed, swapped out the memory. So let's see if my performance is better. I'm seeing, what am I seeing here up on the right? We're seeing about 45 frames per second is what it's saying, and it should be recording that. So I'm not sure. Let's wander around a little bit. We're seeing a constant, well, there's 44. Oh yes, we're supposed to go follow.
Now what do you say? Shall we go kill us a dragon?
Let's go kill a dragon. Okay, so I'm keeping 45 frames per second, which is okay at this resolution. Wish it was higher. So, I thought I opened the door. I pressed the button. Sometimes I think there's a little bit of weirdness with the button. So I'm getting 44 frames per second. 44 to 48 frames per second. So I'm seeing better performance. So I think I was memory bound. Now, what it's saying is that you probably don't want to... my recommendation is not to buy a pair of 1080s unless you're running DDR4 RAM. Don't do it with DDR3 because you're not going to get enough performance. That's just sort of a generalization I'm going to make and an assumption because it's just difficult to feed enough data into the system. So we follow along. This is the part that I dislike about Skyrim, where you have to follow someone. It's much easier to fast travel or so on because you can't interact with them. I mean, you can come up to this person and you can try.
We need to get to the western watchtower before it's too late.
They give very little. Did you see the glowing little moth? That was interesting. I've seen them. I've captured some of those before. Where are we going? Sometimes they go in the wrong place. So let's pull out our sword. Not our sword. We're going to do our bow. We're an archer type.
No signs of any dragon right now. But it sure looks like he's been. I know it looks bad. We've got to figure out what happened. If that dragon is still skulking around somewhere. Spread out. Look for survivors. We need to know what's happening.
Spread out and look for survivors. That's an interesting phrase. You don't hear, look for survivors often. See some funny things with the shadows going up here. Notice? I'm not sure why. Western Watchtower discovered. And we're seeing some weirdnesses with the light. That's a funny bug. So it's hard to say what is.
Here he comes. Find cover and make every arrow count.
Make every arrow count. Kill the dragon. Kill the dragon. Kill the dragon. We see there. There we go. So do we really want to? So we're going to wait until... I only have 11 arrows left. Didn't realize. Yeah, that's the problem is at this level I haven't had chance to... I think I'm going to try and make some arrows. That's the next thing. Okay, so you set everything on fire. Where are you at, dragon? There you are. Come on. Now then. I think it... So, there we go. There's the dragon. So we can get it from up here. We don't... This is my kind of combat. We set off in a distance. So he's trying to kill us. Got 6 arrows left. Five arrows. 4 arrows. And there the dragon died. So kill the dragon. So we were able to kill the dragon without having to pull a sword out. Which I'm not... I prefer, you know, kill from a distance. That's what I was... When I was on the service, as always, you want to kill from a distance. Because you don't want to have to get up there and... if you have to close in on the enemy to hand, then you're not doing it right. Or they're overrunning, or they're doing things. Now, where did the dragon go? I get sort of lost in my sense of direction as I come around. But he's over there someplace. So let's wander over here and see what we've killed, what the dragon is like, which is going to trigger something. So there's the first dragon that we've killed. So we've come up to the dragon. And what have we got here? Let's search. Okay, bone and scales are good. Ah, great. So we got some arrows, some more arrows. Now how the... Okay, I guess he ate some of the guards. We can carry everything because we're not that far. So we've got everything. So we've searched the dragon. Now then, as in Skyrim, we're going to absorb his soul. There we go. Now we're getting about 38. I'm seeing 38, more than 30 frames per second. So, use the shout section of the magic menu to equip your unrelenting force shout. So we've learned one power word. Which actually, here's an interesting problem, because how did we learn our power word? We just killed a dragon, and normally for the rest of the game, you have to kill a dragon, then learn the power word. Well, actually, I think we learned the power word earlier, but okay. Maybe we've learned it. So let's see. Let's go. We can go to the magic, and then we can go to the shouts, and we can right trigger. We can select it and say, right. Let's see. So we can select it. So now we've got use right buffer to shout. So let's find something interesting, and then, oh well, let's shout at the bones. Use your completed. Optional. Use your no shout power. So now we're supposed to go back to the Jarl and report back to him. Now we could walk back, but we could also just do the map and fast travel, because it's there. There's the Western Watchtower, and we need to go all the way up here. So we can go to Whiterun. So will it let us? No, but we can get to here. We can fast travel, and it's just, so there's times and places where it's much easier to fast travel. So I'm seeing 45 frames a second. What was that? Oh yes, I forgot. Now we hear something.
We will be back. This is not over. You there. We're looking for someone in Whiterun. We pay good money for information.
Who are you looking for?
Redguard, like us. She's likely not using her true name. We will pay for any information regarding her location. We are not welcome here in Whiterun, so we will be in Rorikstead for learn anything. It's none of your
What's
concern. All you need to know is that we're paying for information. If that doesn't interest you, feel free to walk away.
Okay, I'll walk away right now. Because we've already added the quest, but let's go talk to the Jarl. So we run around. We're getting 44 frames, 45 frames a second. So, okay. Improving the memory speed of my system significantly improved the frame rate. So I was CPU bound. So that's the good news, and it's playing quite well. So let's get in here, and we'll talk to the Jarl, and I'll save this and plan on uploading that. So we come back here.
You're finally here. The Jarl's been waiting for you.
Okay.
What happened at the watchtower? Was the dragon there?
I killed the dragon. I think I deserve a reward. I like that.
No question about that. It was a mighty deed. You earned a place of honor among the heroes of Whiterun. Must be more to it than that.
See,
Something strange happened when the dragon died. So it's true.
So yes, I wish there were more options. So
Master,
I like Skyrim, that it's a lot of fun to play. It's not as much fun as playing, you know, a normal.
Dragonborn is said to be uniquely gifted in the voice.
Not as much fun as playing a tabletop game where somebody can look at doing things very differently, and you don't follow these predefined paths that you can go in different ways. So
Didn't you hear the thundering sound as you returned to Whiterun?
That was the voice of the Greybeards, summoning you to High Hrothgar. This hasn't happened in centuries, at least. Not since Tabasectum himself was summoned when he was still Talos of Admor.
okay,
Rungar, calm yourself. What does any of this Nord nonsense have to do with our friend here? Capable as he may be, I don't see any signs of him being this, what, Dragonborn? Nord nonsense? Why, you puffed up ignorant. These are our sacred traditions that go back to the founding of the
okay. So we have to give a bunch of backstory, and the fact that you can move around,
I meant no disrespect, of course.
and that it's not quite as bad as a cutscene.
What's wrong with him?
That's the Greybeard's business.
So
Whatever happened when you killed that dragon, it revealed something in you, and the Greybeards heard it. If they think you're Dragonborn, who are we to argue? You'd better get up to High Hrothgar immediately. There is no refusing the summons of the Greybeards.
actually, there is. That's the thing that you can ignore the summons of the Greybeards and wander around and do things. Though it does get.
I made the pilgrimage once. Did you know that?
Oh,
High Hrothgar is a very peaceful place. Very disconnected from the troubles of this world. I wonder that the Greybeards even notice what's going on there.
okay. So
They haven't seemed to care before.
come on, prattle on. It's just.
Go to High Hrothgar. Learn what the Greybeards can teach you. You've done a great service for
If we look here,
Dragonborn.
is it?
My right as Jarl. I name you Thane of Whiterun. It's the greatest honor that's within my power to grant. I assign you Lydia as a personal house
Okay.
guard, and this weapon from my armory to serve as your badge of office. I'll also notify my guards of your new title.
So
Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble, now would we? We are honored to have you as Thane of our city.
so I'm now a Thane.
Back to business, Proventus.
Okay.
City to defend.
So
Yes, my lord.
they gave me a bunch of stuff. So the interesting thing. Okay. So what have we got now? I was going to stop this, but let's see. We can go over here and perhaps disenchant, which gives us some learning capabilities. So if we come over to the table here, so we can use the arcane enchanter and enchanting to enchant a message. Yeah, okay, so B. But we can disenchant, so we've got an Axe of Whiterun and the Banded Armor of Minor Alteration. Okay, so I do very little alteration spells, just the way I've... So I'm going to learn that. Yeah, we're going to do that. And then we're going to the Axe of Whiterun. You've learned 45 minutes from destroying this bit. So we're going to then disenchant the Axe of Whiterun. Yes, so there we've learned it. That's got to have lightened up our load a bit. So at this point in time, I'm going to save the game and say that. So I think I've solved my performance problems by improving the RAM. So let's get over to System, do a save. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'm going to be doing a few more of these now that I've improved the performance of my system. There will be some links to some other videos, and there's a subscribe button. And I'd appreciate some comments because I like to hear what you think about this video. Thank you. Bye.